How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Stud, and welcome back to another episode of the Dutch Return campaign. I have restarted my game in between episodes, and hopefully it will, as a result, be a little more runnable. We're gonna hope that. Already, though, it's still kind of laggy. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it has to do something with the wars that we are in or that other people are in. Like the fact that once you get to the late game, and the whole world is showing, and everyone, everything's colonized. There's so many different countries and so many different armies going different places that I think that's part of the problem. Just calculating all the army movement at once, I know, is a big thing in the past. At least was a big thing. Like the game would lag because it was calculating movement for everything all at once. And I get that. I'm not a programmer. I'm pretty sure it's pretty hard to make it be better when there's only so much progress you can make, I guess. But at the same time, come on. I remember that's CK2 has actually gotten quicker with more recent patches, if I remember correctly, which is I'm pretty sure, at least, and that's pretty cool actually that they managed they've made that a priority. I actually really like that. Yeah, I dare you, come down to your CJ. Oh no, I totally want to attack you. What are you talking about? It would never happen. Yeah, it's still quite laggy. I think it's just a war, because of the wars we're in then, at this point. I'm pretty sure that's what it has to be, but... you're going to Taveda. Okay, let's try to catch them then. Yeah, you can't make it out of here. Get wrecked. Oh, hey. I could have totally stack wiped their whole army. I might still be able to. No, probably not at this point. Still, I'll kill Burgundy's army. Could I get Saxony out of this war? No, they're too stubborn. I don't know. We'll just have to get through the lag and hope that it gets better. That's just how it goes sometimes with this game. But I mean, it's mostly fine. It's still playable. It's just a little annoying. So I think I'm gonna go up here and try to siege Beijing. Which is probably a really dumb move, but I'm going to do it anyways, because why not? It's ballsy, that's for sure. So we have 3 wars left. Ajuran, Tondo, and Burgundy. Burgundy one should be ending any second now. Yeah. The fact that we now have... You know what? Hold on. Before we do anything else, before we talk about something, let's go ahead and build another army so that our dudes will be a little less uppity, our vassals. So apparently, I heard from a teacher yesterday in class, pretty sure this is maybe just a rumor, but apparently there was... oh, the Enlightenment just happened. That's nice. I actually kind of done with the Age of Absolutism or whatever. In Hamburg! Hey, in our vassal. Also, Lubeck is the place the birthplace of Printing Press. We should try to get that for our buddy here. I mean, obviously, we're trying to do that anyways, but speaking of Lubeck, we could totally go toward Lubeck right now. Not right now, but, soon, and feed a ton of their land to Hamburg. We're going to do that. That's probably next up in Europe. What was I going to say? What helps the Enlightenment spread? We have universities everywhere, so... Nearby friendly provinces Enlightenment, so that should happen quickly. Diplotech 20 country with a scientist or with a philosopher. Employed, I'm assuming. Scientist. Natural scientist. What about artist? Natural scientist. What's a philosopher? That seems like it'd be maybe a Diplo thing. Or an admin thing. Probably not a military thing. But hey, we have a natural scientist. He's level 1, yeah, but still, In fact, why don't we just do this and wait a month? I think it comes back at 1 per month, but still, I think it's worth it. Hey, fell for the trap, for the bait. Jabaited. 19th. 1, 2, 3. Oh god, it went 1. It went 1, 2. That was weird. All right, we should be able to defeat them, even though they have troops, and their troops are pretty good. Hey, we can do this. Military tactics, get wrecked. And then that, nice. Let's go, baby. Tog deer. I'll show you my tog deer. Maybe. Let's get this navy to come up here and help blockade. Should have been doing that a long time ago. Better not get that siege. I'll be so effing pissed. Oh, that makes me mad. But hey, we can siege it back right now. That's fine. Looks like we should be able to win that. Yeah, we're gonna win that battle now. New World colonization rights. Yeah, game is a little laggy. Hey, that gives me the opportunity to finally get them happy again. And then I'll have to wait before I do colonization rights, or else they'll go over. But still, this is better. It's better to have them start getting happy again. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. They don't have a general though. That's okay. I hope. So, I was gonna start saying something. Apparently, I heard a rumor, or like not a rumor, like a factoid. I don't even know what you call it, but apparently, supposedly, Valentine's Day is not allowed to be today. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. First off, this is gonna be going up probably like next Monday or something, you know. Apparently, Valentine's Day is not allowed to be on Wednesday because it's like Ash Wednesday, right? I'm not Catholic. I don't know like yeah, it's like Ash Wednesday is today, right? So, and so apparently there's supposedly, this is what I heard in like a class, but I'm pretty sure no one in the class was Catholic, so they couldn't confirm or deny this. But with apparently on Ash Wednesday, you're not allowed to have any celebrations and stuff on Ash Wednesday, on a holy day like Ash Wednesday. So then, apparently, Valentine's Day obviously is like a celebration day and not as important as a great holy day or whatever. So then it gets like pushed back or something. So supposedly, Valentine's Day, according to the Roman Catholic Church, is tomorrow, the 15th. Again, it might just be like a, you know, I'm pretty sure no one actually is going to care and enforce that. Even if you're Catholic, I'm pretty sure that probably wouldn't happen. But still, is that actually the case? Because I think it's kind of funny if it is. But it's interesting. It's not like funny, like, ha, it's so dumb. No, I always find it interesting to learn about like traditions and stuff, religious traditions and cultural traditions. It's interesting, you know. So I don't, like, without trying to avoid, I try to avoid not getting too political and stuff. I think religion is sort of politicized in a lot of ways, but I don't mind saying like my general views on religion. So I'm not a very religious person. That might be obvious. Like, I don't know. I don't really talk about religion ever, and I curse occasionally and stuff. You know, I don't know. I'm not a very religious person, but I tend to try to be more laid back with religion. I would say I take a very pluralist approach to religion. Basically, I'm like, you know, you believe what you believe, what you want to believe, and I will believe what I want to believe. And if you believe, you know, I'm not necessarily, I won't talk about my exact religious views, but I'm not necessarily atheist. I'm not really necessarily like religious in any regards, though. So I don't really care about like, you know, going to like Bible classes and stuff like that, and that's just not my thing. I don't like being taught religious doctrine at all. I find it very, very annoying, actually. But if you like that and you're into that and you get spiritual gratification from that, that is like totally. I'm not just saying I respect that. Like, oh, I can tolerate it. No, I'm like, I literally like you know. I say like that's awesome. That is like I am honestly and a little jealous that I perhaps don't necessarily get the same benefit out of stuff like that. But yeah, it's I take a try to take a pluralist approach. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we'll be happy that way. And I think in general, that's a pretty non-controversial way to approach things. I don't think there's really any downside to that. But you know, some people are like, everyone has to believe this, or you know, they're going to hell or whatever. And I don't like that. I don't like that whole attitude. You know, it's like, come on, you have to have a little self-awareness, realize that you're not the only person in the world. Okay, ka-ching. Get it? It's ka-ching, but it's ka-ching, ka-ching. I think we don't take over the whole country because we don't need to. Instead, we should split it up into a different war. And if we're not going to take everything, we should just leave them with 2 provinces. I'm going to cut them off from France. That way, France can't take any of their land. That was sort of one of the main reasons I wanted to go to war with them. And if we do that, I think we'll be 100% fine to then do this and just, you know, be like, boom. There we go. We cut them off. Hey, they actually had a fort here, and I think that's where I wanted to have one anyways. Oh, no, I think I was going to build one in Cambrai, but no, I think actually Hennegoen is better, probably. Yeah, it's a little more centralized. That's good. Go over here, make those into cores. It's so cheap to make cores. It's crazy. I always forget just how cheap it is. Like, you actively have to be trying to get more land in wars to try and do that because you have so much administrative efficiency and whatnot. Go ahead and I really want to get this siege done because it would make it much, much easier to get what we want from Ming in this war. We want Taiwan as well as all their colonies and whatnot. Again, the whatnots have got to stop. Actually, I don't know if those videos have gone up live yet, but I'm trying to stop saying whatnot because apparently I say it a lot. Not apparently, it's obvious. I've recognized it myself, you know. I say whatnot way too much, and that's not good. Having any like sort of speech tics and stuff that you say too much is not very good in general. Obviously, that's pretty obvious, but yeah, I don't know. That's one I struggle with now for whatever reason. I didn't realize how much I said whatnot until recently. I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's just, again, it's kind of natural, I think, but it's still not good. Stop attacking me, please. It's very annoying. Oh, that's a 20 stat. That's a little more of a problem, huh? Okay. Oh, poor little Burgundy. Who's your little Burgundy? Yeah, my Burgundy. I don't know what that voice is supposed to be. We'll make Picardy a state because 2 provinces are in it, regardless of whether or not we even own all those in the end. Do any oh god, excuse me. Do any of our colonial nations have any debt? You do. Pay off debt. Pay off everyone's debt that you can, because you should always like pay off your colony's debt if you have this much money, especially. Like, come on, why wouldn't you? That's what I assume. It's just interesting. You can divert trade even with marches. Huh. I mean, it makes sense. They have trade power too. It's not like they don't. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Alright, yeah, I want to get all of you guys grouped together. Probably gonna piece out of that war here in a second. Here in a second. Here in a second is like, that's a southern thing to say, isn't it? Because here's the thing with me. So let's go into a little bit of poetry lore. That doesn't make any sense. into my backstory. Yeah, no, I'm gonna treat myself like an NPC now in a video game because that makes sense. No. We should take as much as we can, but also, I don't know. I guess mostly like coastal stuff is better. 6, 11. Where does the Somaliland stretch down to? It's all of this. Somali is a pretty good culture to have promoted for this reason. It's so much land. Plus, we can convert like the Yemeni land to it. We could also make that promoted as well, but I might just prefer doing that because I'd like the land there is pretty decent enough. So it's good enough that you normally can make into states and get some benefit out of it. I think this is going to be another area that we make into states, so we get some more land actually in general, because it's good to just have land in this game. Apparently, you know, who knew? And the state with Mecca in it as well is pretty decent enough. But I'll probably start converting that to Yemeni, and then we'll have Yemeni and Somali be two promoted cultures out of our possibilities. Because let's see, how many do we have right now? 2 out of 5. Yeah, we have a lot that we aren't using. Oh my god, I forgot Bornean isn't even promoted. Now we need to do that one as well. I mean, we don't need to, but it'd be a really good decision to. Basically, we're gonna have Malayan, which we already have, Sumatran, Bornean. Probably either Saigoku or Togoku. One of those two, not Kyushin. Maybe we won't though. Maybe we just won't worry about Japanese, the Japanese ones. And then probably Somali and Yemenis. Is it Yemen? Yemeni. That's it. I think Yemeni and Somali are both pretty worth it as well. That's the main reason I'm actually probably not going to do Makwa, is just because also the cultures are split up like 3 ways, and that's normally, you know, not as efficient. That is not as efficient. So let's take, again, I'm going by trade node, which is a weird way to split things up, but no, don't do that. Or Sangali. So what was I going to start talking about? Poetry lore. That's right. Poetry lore. That's an interesting way to describe it. I'm going to start doing that more. Talking about the lore of my life. No. What was I going to say? So with my... I'm not really a... I'm not a southern person. I'm not from the south. How much overextension? We are at 41%, 42. There's round up. It's always better to round up with aggressive expansion. This will give us 45. Okay. Yeah. We should do that. We should take as much as we can though. 42. So we can take up to 57. Again, try to round, like, you know, go to the nearest value. That's important. Not going to give us any risk extension with anyone that matters, really, so it's fine. They have so much gold. Wow. How do you have so much money? Oh my god. Well, let's just take another 2,000. Oh, that's right. He gave us a free claim on Mogadishu for that mission anyways. That's really good. It's not the be-all end-all, but it's pretty good. What was I going to talk about? So I'm not from the South. I have been raised in the South, but my parents, so my dad is from Washington State. It's like literally the farthest place away from the South besides Alaska and Hawaii. So my dad is not Southern. Quite the opposite. He's like Northwestern, you know, Northwestern, yeah, Northwestern hipster. But no, so he's from there. He was born in Hawaii actually, so he was born literally in the like the farthest away place. Again, Alaska might be a little further, whatever. You know what I mean. He's born in Hawaii. Actually, people don't know that. I don't think. Like my middle name is actually Hawaiian, and I'm not gonna like say what it is because personal information reasons and whatnot. Since it is kind of unique, but it's a cool name, and it translates to mean the life, meaning sort of like the good life or the straight life, sort of is the way I've had it described to me. I don't know Hawaiian, believe it or not. And so, but my dad was born in Hawaii and Vanuatu. Born in Hawaii, grew up in Washington State, and then we should get the natural scientist. Let's go for this guy. Why not? So my dad, he grew up in Washington State. My mom grew up in California. So both of my parents are West Coast kids. And then they both went to school, and they met in Utah, BYU, because my family is Mormon. I am not, but my family is. They met at BYU. Then they moved to Maryland, and that's where I was born. I was born in Maryland. Then when I was 4 and my sister was 1, then my parents decided to move to South Carolina, which is where I have lived ever since. They did that because at the time, my dad was looking for jobs as a teacher. He found a few offers in South Carolina. Beyond that, actually, I'll get to that in a second, but, and the other reason was that a lot of my mom's family lived in South Carolina at the time, my grandma and 2 of my aunts, so there was a good reason. My dad actually got a position at the high school that I went to eventually, which is kind of funny. Now, this was when I was 4, and then he only worked there for 1 year, and then started working at other schools in the area. But the fact that he worked, he actually worked for the high school that eventually I went to is that's the reason we even moved to the area in the first place, and we lived there until I eventually went to school in the region. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so we moved to South Carolina, and so I've lived in South Carolina my whole life, even though I'm not Southern. And so even though I'm not Southern, I think I have a lot of like Southern speech mannerisms in some ways. Which makes sense if you're around Southern people. Like my girlfriend, she's very Southern. She's not like redneck, not like there's a difference. This is something I think a lot of people from other countries don't necessarily realize, is that, and from other parts of the U.S. honestly even, there's a difference between redneck, hillbilly, Southern, and all like those other terms that refer to like country people, and country even as well. Because country doesn't necessarily mean from the Southern. There's country people that have like what we consider to be like Southern accents, people who have strong accents that can be from other places. Like there are people from California or from like Montana and stuff that have pretty strong accents, and they're rural accents, not so much as like just a Southern thing. But yeah, so that's one thing. And there's a difference between, so in the South even, there's a difference between someone who is Southern and someone who is, like, hillbilly, redneck, whatever you want to call it. Like, my girlfriend, her family is Southern. They've lived in the South, like, as long as living memory goes back. But it's not like she lives on a farm or anything. They're, like, pretty much suburb-focused family for a few generations, yeah, it's like they just have, but they do have a little like Southern accent, like, and that's how it is. People that live in the suburbs will still have accents. It's not like the fact that you aren't even on a farm and that sort of like Southern, that doesn't mean that you aren't gonna have an accent and whatnot. I don't know. We should definitely not do that. I was about to click send. We should wait because we have cores. If anything, it'd be good to... We'll see. We have 91%. Let's round up. Remember to round up. Really, Ming? Really? You have high enthusiasm even though I'm freaking sitting on your capital and it's sieged down. Well, they're probably going to come try to take it back, so let's, you know, murk up a bit. What was I going to say? So yeah, so my girlfriend, she has a southern accent a bit, but it's pretty mild. It's just like occasionally it'll come out. In particular with certain words, if you never like met or talked to a southern person, this is you should ask them how they pronounce these words. So for instance, the word pecan. Actually, I don't even know. Like if you're European, you might not even know what that is, because I don't think like pecans are necessarily too common in Europe. Pecans, maybe I'm just making stuff up. I'm pretty sure they're New World though, like from the Americas. But under slower than 1. Why do we? Oh, that's not good. In the South, they call pecans pecans, right? It's spelled the same way. That's how it's spelled, so I understand it. But also, it's not pecans. It's pecans, you know. Obviously. and I always tease my girlfriend about that. I'm like, I always say it one way and then she said it the other way. The other thing is apricot. Lots of times they say apricot in the South as well. That's another just sort of little difference. Apricot versus apricot. Let's see. What are some other ones? That's like the main ones I can think of right now. But let's get this guy, this general in charge here. We're probably gonna have to like skedaddle out of here, but we'll hope that we don't have to. Hey, that's really good. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this battle. You're not going to the boat though. That's dumb. Hold on. Alright. You should be able to make it there. Let's see if I have done this right. Yeah, looks like you'll be able to make it there. Nice. Alright, well, we actually got out of there at least, so that's good. But yeah, so I don't know. I think I have a bit of a southern accent with some words and some of the way I speak, actually. Even though I am not really southern, I wouldn't really consider myself southern. If people ask, like, are you a southerner or northerner, which most people don't really ask, it's not really a big, pressing, important thing. I would just say, I'm just American. I'm just a mix. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about that next video as well. But it is time to end this video, though. So thank you guys for watching. Please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.